Hi guys, welcome in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your website fast and efficiently without having to waste any time and it having to be super expensive. But before I get started, if you are watching me on this live, let me know, comment, hashtag live on replay, hashtag replay. I do appreciate your time and energy. I hope you had a great weekend. I'm making this video on Monday, December 6th, 2021. And I'm going to get right into it in a second. I'm going to get onto the share screen and I'm going to show you how to create a website super fast, step by step. Why is it very important for you to have one for your business? More importantly, I'm going to share that right now. So, to get a business loan of any magnitude, a cash advance, short and long term, lines of credit, equipment financing, that list will go on and on. You need to build it for business credit purposes, personal credit. For other reasons, this will help you get the best out of funding. This is a part of your fundability criteria. And if you don't have a website nowadays, that can disqualify you. You can have the best amount of monthly revenue, your FICO credit score is good, excellent, or average. It can be bad. And you meet all these other parts. But if you don't have a website, you don't have a domain, you don't have something that shows credibility and legitimacy, because that's what a lot of lenders and underwriters and myself will look at to see if we can give you the amount you want or what type of funding you'll need. So it's very important that you have a website. Yes, you should have one. I've spoken to so many people who will go through an application and they say to me, hey, this is asking for my website. I don't have one. Well, that can decline you for funding. And it's just that one little thing that'll hold you back. And it might feel like a whole lot because you're thinking, oh, I gotta put in all the little details. I gotta add the scripts on the homepage. But I'm gonna show you how to reduce all of that if you don't have the time. Now let me get into the share screen here. Okay, we are going to be doing this with Wix.com. You can create a website you're proud of, and there are a multitude of them. You have things like WordPress, Squarespace, Wix is one of the big ones. And if we were just talking about getting something simple, fast, set up without the contingencies of the whole search engine optimization or SEO type of stuff, where we're trying to make sure your site is well optimized, then we can go with something like Wix. They do SEO as well, but for having your website up and running right away as soon as possible and be a more cost effective solution to you and one that will have a professional presence online, this is the way to go. So I'll link to this in the comment section. If it isn't now, it'll be there after the video. And if you're watching this on YouTube or elsewhere, look in the description where you can get started down below again. So create a website that you are proud of. And this is what Wix is, the freedom to create the websites you want. And I'm going to show you in a second here. I'm going to log in and I'm going to get into the details. So professionally designed website templates. You can see some examples down here below. And you can choose one depending on your industry. So a bit of the steps that we're going to go through very quickly. Let me move this over. So a few of the steps we're going to go through is just making sure you create an account. That's very fundamental and at the top. And then what we want to do is we want to go through the whole template process where we select one very fast. They're done for you. You don't have to code. You don't have to hire somebody thousands of dollars to do this for you. Just simply click a template that will resonate with you and your business, and you just set it and forget it basically. And the rest of it is just putting little details in there, which I'll show you. So once we have the website, then we have that template, then we can go into having our domain name and then putting just some specific information on it, and we'll move from there. And again, if you're just tuning in, I know there are people coming in right now. We are talking about how to set up your website for fundability so you can get a business loan, a cash advance, a business line of credit, equipment financing. The list goes on and on for business credit purposes. This is very important. This is one of the hugest lessons that you are going to learn. And I get it all the time again where people come to me, they say that they don't have a website. Can I still get funded? Very minimal now that you can. Unless you have a website, you will, but it's very important to have one. Now, going back into the screen here, you can see the different templates at the bottom. You get the Wix editor, total design freedom. And I have a post that I made about Wix as well, so I'll link to that in the description so you can check that out if you prefer to read a little bit of the blog version of it. Manage, promote, and grow your online business. So just a few things there, FAQs. Is it easy to build a website? Yes. Can I create a website without knowing how to code? Absolutely. How do you create a free website with a custom domain? We're going to go through that now. So I'm going to click on get started. That's what you're going to do if you don't have an account yet. And one thing I want to know, I want to tell you is if you already have a, like, let's say you buy your domain name through GoDaddy, Namecheap, or any of the domain buying registers, then you can transfer that over here to Wix. Now, the difference with getting it through Wix as opposed to going through like a GoDaddy or in a different spot is you get a more of a discounted price. And the whole setup process can be less constraining, although it isn't really, but that's what you are going to be expecting. Now, over here, you have a couple of options. You can enter in your own email and password, or you can put your, you can press over here through your Facebook account, Google, continue with Apple, whichever way you want to do it. So I'm just going to go over here. I could have done, I have one with Facebook because I want to show you from the very top. I'm going to go ahead and continue with Google, and I'm going to select a different account here. So let's go with this one. Okay, now it's going to say thanks for signing up. As you can see on the screen here, hopefully, let me move myself out of the way. Now it's going to ask you, how did you discover Wix? Well, I mean, you could say other and then put me, but you can then just say you've heard about it before through any of these other places. So we can say something like YouTube. And also let me know in the comment section down below, do you already have a purchased domain? Are you struggling trying to get parts of your website to come together? This is a topic that I'm very interested in myself because, let me move this back. And I know I'm kind of going back and forth, so hang in there with me. Thank you. This is a topic that I enjoy covering only because I started in the website space a while ago through the whole digital marketing agency, blogging with affiliate marketing also. And that's something that I do to this day. I do a lot of blogging in the mornings for my other businesses as well as this one. And I know my way around websites and SEO creation, how to optimize a website so it shows up in the search engines through different blog posts, and all this technical stuff that I don't want to get into in this video. But I spent a lot of time on that, and I still do, and I follow this industry. But that's just one of my skill sets, along with funnels and a whole bunch more. But I just wanted to let you know who you're hearing it from and that I am in this industry and I know it very well. So let's come back here, get started, answer some questions here, or create a site for a client. We'll just do get started. So what kind of website are you creating? Here's where you're going to want to put your, you can search for one or you have examples down here below. So you can say something like construction and it'll give you a list. You can go down here and find your specific one if there is one. Let's say we did restaurant, burger restaurant, Italian restaurant. You have different choices to choose from, and you can scroll down to see more options. Don't forget to do that. And again, I'm going to link to this down below in the description. If I can't do it at this second, I'll do it after the video is over. But again, this is very important for you because it'll help you get fundability. And you know, more and more programs and lenders are asking for a website presence. It's very important you have this. Now, restaurant, pizza restaurant, bakery. So, You can choose whichever one it is. We're going to just click here on pizza restaurant and then click next. Of course, you want to choose the ones that's specific to your industry. It says welcome to Wix restaurants. Now, again, whichever option you choose, it can be a custom one to you. It'll come with some results, if so or if not. Now, here it'll show you things like take your restaurant online, streamline customer order, even build a crowd of regulars, and just giving you an idea of what to expect. You can click on next. What is the name of your restaurant? For the sake of time and uncreativity, I'm just gonna name it Michael's Fast Pizza. Feel free to laugh at it and be like, "Oh, that's nothing. What kind of creativity is that?" So let's click next. Do you have any dine-in locations? You can say this. One location, we can stick with that for now. How many people? It can be one, it could be more. You have 250 plus, so I'll just say something minimal, and for restaurant, you might want more. Point of sale, what services do you use at your restaurant? And this will come in handy in ways too if you later decide to get payment processing or other forms of financing. This would be great to do. So I'm going to just say we do a little bit of everything. What do you need to run your restaurant, run your business? Restaurant menus, food orders, and table reservations. So whichever one it is, we'll just leave it as is. Which tools would help you grow your business? And you can select all, one, or more. Wouldn't hurt to have all this. And even if you have it already, it's great to do. Yes, I've created a website personally myself, but have you created a website? If not, you can say this is your first time. So let's click there for the purpose of this video. And it's going to bring you to this page. Now, this is where you have a couple of options. You can let the Wix ADI create a website for you. So it's kind of like a robot that does it for you, right? It kind of automates and it's more done for you. So you just select a few things and voila, the website is up and running. Create your own stunning website in the Wix editor. You can do it by choosing a template and do it of a more manual process. So let me show you how it looks like with the Wix ADI. So we're going to click there. To import content, copy and paste your links. So if there's an existing website, you can go ahead and do that and place it all in here. And if you have Google Places, you can do that and you can skip through that process. I'm going to get into one of my blog posts in a second, but let me leave this page. But this is just one of the options you can choose from, and we'll go into it a little bit more. Or choose a template. And then over here, you have a lot of templates to choose from. There are no shortage of them. There are many for different types of foods. So we'll just click the first one here to save us time. So that will open up a new window, and I'll move it over here in just a second. But you can see as I'm scrolling down here, want help picking a template, help me choose. You have that option on the table. But now let me go through the Wix editor by copy and pasting it onto this part of the StreamYard. If you're finding value out of this video, please give it a like. Again, if you're watching this here on the YouTube channel, or it can be elsewhere where that's an open possibility. We'll give it a second for the Wix editor to load. It always takes a little bit more time when I have a video recording. There you go. Now let me open up the screen. And here you can see how unique it can look. It gives you already a template to go off of. And you can customize this to your own needs, what you want to do. You have the navigation up here. You have things like changing the header design. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this video going over the editor and how to move things around, how to add, subtract, even duplicate, even dividing things and multiplying them, right? To get in more of it. So this is just a quick run through. So if we're going to go down here, right, there are these little descriptions, right? And then you can add little things and put the content where it needs to be. And I don't want you to get stressed out if you feel like you have to do this all on your own, because there's little parts here where you want to put the content. Maybe you want to change a headline. You're just unsure of what to do and how to put it. You have an image in your mind as a visionary, right? As a business owner, as the entrepreneur, but you do not want to go through all this. We want to limit the time you have to revenue producing activities. And I know I spent a lot of time in the beginning as in freelancing, but because that's a part of my process that I wanted to learn. But you as the business owner who runs a traditional brick and mortar or an online business may not have the time to, or if you do run an online business or you are somebody who doesn't mind being that person who takes the time to do it, then by all means go for it. But I'm going to show you a solution you can pick up. I'm going to open it up here in a new window. Now let me copy and paste this link over, or I might have to just do this instead. Let me open up a new tab. It's loading right now. It's like it's freezing. There it is. So we're going to stop the share on this one, and I'm going to move it over to the next one so that I can make it easier to copy and paste some links. And again, it is freezing up. No, it's not. So we're going to move this out of the way. And we'll open up this tab. Now what you are looking at, this is Fiverr.com. This is where you have a range of freelancers that you can pay for a service. So for this example, if you wanted to get your website done, then you can use freelancing services from people who specialize in this. So if you wanted somebody who to create your homepage for you, you can use somebody from Fiverr, right? Just by not signing in at the moment. But if we wanted to find somebody who does websites, right? Website creation is what we can use here. And then what you're seeing on the screen are all the options. So at the moment, I'm not signed into my own account, but you're going to want to do that. And once you're signed in, then you can get in contact with these website creation people, and you can see how much money you'd already be saving, as opposed to going the other route where you would have to pay tens upon thousands of dollars to do this. You don't have to go down that route, and I don't want you to do that. You don't have to spend all this time creating the best looking website. It has to be functional and designed and professional. I get it, but you don't have to go way out of your way to say, I'm going to make the best logo ever. You have people from Fiverr, let me open this up again, that can do this, take care of it for you while you're working on other parts of your business. And that's what's very important to you. And I know time is of the essence, and your energy is as well. You can only put in so much time, especially when you're in that growth and expansion phase, that you're like, I need to start outsourcing and outsourcing all this work to someone else. And this is possible. So you can go through here, type in other things like logo creation, and you'll get little services like this. Look at this one at $50 is starting at, $20 right there. So it depends on the type of service you're going to get, and you'll see the reviews and things like that to look out for the people you do choose to help you with these services. But now let me come back to this, and I'm going to go back to my other screen so I can show you. Share screen here. Okay, so from this screen, when you're ready to publish, there's a little publish button on the top right. Again, it's loading. And what it's going to open up is this pop-up box to choose a domain before you publish. So this will be your domain purchasing step if you do not already have one, or you can always connect the one that if you bought one already from like GoDaddy account and Namecheap. It could be a HostGator, Bluehost, SiteGround. That list goes on and on. But what you don't want to do is just keep a subdomain. What it's showing you right here on the screen when it says granadosdacagent.wixsite.com, that is called a subdomain. It's free. Yes, I get it. You're like, well, I don't have to spend on a domain. But the problem is when the underwriting team and the lenders and even myself see that you don't have a legitimate website that has your actual name. So if your business said, if your business was Michael's Pizza Shop or something like that, the domain you want it to say Michael's Pizza Shop. Or if it's like Advantage Healthcare or something like that, you want the domain to say advantagehealthcare.com, not advantagehealthcare.wixsite.com. You want it to be a legitimate domain that you actually spent for. And so get a freewix.com/domain. And at the end of this tail, that's where I can start putting the rest of the information. And if I wanted to put what the name of my site is, I can do that there. But again, this is only a subdomain, and I wouldn't go with that. I'd keep in a bot domain. So you can go over here, connect your customized domain, and I'm going to show you how this looks like. So save and continue. And then on this screen, it'll then say your site has been saved. You can upgrade it to connect your own custom domain. So get a new domain or connect the domain you already own. And that's the step where I said if you've already bought it elsewhere, then you can connect it here through Wix. But for this one, we get a new domain name. We'll click that. It'll open up a new window. Come back here, copy and paste that into this screen. And then down here, this is where you'll be able to buy your own domain. And you have 3 categories to choose from website plans, business and e-commerce plans, and enterprise plans. And so over here, we can go to website plans. And you have everything from VIP all the way down to combo being the least. Not necessarily the least amount you spend on going to be the best, but when you're just getting things started and kicked off, something like a combo is great use. Entrepreneurs and freelancers, I recommend something going with unlimited because it is going to be for business purposes. And then there's an advantage to that with getting more storage space, which you might not need so much of it. But as you're expanding and growing, it'll be something that'll come into play more or less. And then video hours, you can put that in there. And then more that comes with it, like Site Booster app, video analytics, events calendar, professional logo. It doesn't come with that, it comes with the other ones. But again, you can always do that on your own, or you can hire somebody from Fiverr to do it, and then so forth. So if we collected this plan right here, then it's going to open up this window. And this is the billing cycles for this unlimited plan. 14-day money-back guarantee is on the table for all premium plans. So you have 5 different options. Excuse me, 4. I don't know, I was thinking 5. And then you have the 3 years, the 2, the yearly, and then the monthly. And then it shows you more or less the amount with the $13 times the amount of months. This one times 36 months. And then as you go down in years, the price goes up a little bit, and then the reduced amount of months you get. And then if you're doing yearly, you can see that there, monthly. Those are great options. And it shows you how much you get to save. This one for the 3 years for $132. I wouldn't select this unless you knew you wanted to keep that business and that specific domain for a long term. And if you're locked into that, if nothing's going to change and you prefer that option, then you go with it. And you may be an established business where you're just trying to connect a better domain, or you're just trying to move from a different server into this plan, then you can do that and save $432. The 2-year plan, you save $252 for yearly. You have $84 to save. And then monthly, you can see there isn't any there because it just all calculates when you do it. But what I would do, I'd stick to yearly. That's the one you actually want to go with for 12 months. And this way you don't have to continue to check up on it. It's locked in for that month. If you did monthly, it was like you're just dabbling, you're doing this maybe as a hobby, you're really uncertain the legitimacy, and it doesn't show you that you're actually stepping up and putting in that kind of an effort. So continue to check out, and then that's where you would finish the process, and you'd be saving $84 in that process. Now let me move this off screen. So you got to see how you can create a website with Wix and the possibilities that come with that and all the advantages. And I have a post for it that I made too that I'll link to down below in the description. So you can more or less check out how the ADI works and just a few other of the plans, other recommendations. But I highly recommend you go with Wix, especially when we're talking about the efficiency of just putting up a site together. That's the way you want to go. And for most businesses, you won't need that addition of an SEO. And if you do, then something like WordPress is very helpful. But I would just start off with Wix, and there is power in that for SEO, and they would rank on Google. The only thing with WordPress is it just gives you a different amount of flexibility. And I use a lot of WordPress websites because I do a lot of the blogging side of things, and I need the different plugins to use for different purposes. But if you're just talking about putting up a domain name, then something like just putting Wix up would be the way to go. And again, this stuff will be linked down below in the description, so you can learn more about the step-by-step setup, and then the back office and things like that I'll link to. It's a full in-depth review of it. But that, for the most part, is everything that I wanted to cover in this video. Hopefully you got value out of this. You understood how to create a website very simply, very fast, step-by-step, keep it efficiently and effective, worth your time, how you can offload some of this work to some people on Fiverr, and I'll leave some of those links down below for you to get started on that. I didn't talk too much about today on like small business loans and grants and stuff like that. I do have some of the tabs open here on my screen. I'll try to release some of that content coming in time on the channel, but some of the grants available out there, now that I have a second or two of your time to spare, and if you don't, I understand, then you have options out there like I'm looking at the tab here, underfunded grant, but this is for Black women or Black non-binary entrepreneurs. That's an option. If you have Amazon, for Amazon sellers, there's a few of those. The Accelerate Small Business Grant, another one on the table. And then you have plenty of them to look for. Look through your city, your county, your state, go in depth, go through your local chamber of commerce to find this type of information. And that's everything I'm going to leave you with in this video. And again, look down below in the description to get started with your Wix account. And for all other material, it'll be down below in the description. I hope you got some massive value out of this. Keep looking out for my content for more websites creation, setup processes, email, stuff like that, that will not only go a long ways in getting you more fundability so you can get that business loan without any trouble, without being declined. Because again, a lot of us are looking for a website presence. We want to know you have a domain. We want to know that that's an asset. When you have a domain, that's an asset that you have. And for all of the types of opportunities along the way, it'll help you too. That's everything from me. Have a good night. Bye.